What is going on, YouTube? I got a message. I forgot the name that sent me the message, but it said I should probably do a walkthrough because it's been a while. So I'm doing a walkthrough. I want to say it is September 20th. I believe last night or tonight is a full moon and the fish are going nuts. There's spawning going on everywhere. Here's the pair of festes. I've had nothing but trouble from this male. He's never gotten in there and fertilized eggs. When I came home from work today, his tube was down, which it still is if you look south of that deuce he's dropping. But he was in the pot with this female, and you can see her in there with tube down still. But they're done laying, and they're just guarding now. And he was looking like he did the deed. This is a few hours post. So fingers crossed that we've got a successful feste spawn from this pair. I've bred the female successfully, but I believe that male I originally had her with was her brother, and I wanted to expand the genetics a little bit, so I got this male from a local fella named Jim. Thanks again, Jim. If you ever watch these, Jim Searing. All right, onward. We got the red Dovei pair and the 265. Her tube is down. And they cleared all the gravel out of that corner right there. I'm assuming they're going to spawn. She doesn't usually swim around with her ovipositor showing. She's way more of a lady than that. I had some comments about him turning kind of white and being pale, checking for parasites. Yeah, I admit he has paled out as he got bigger. But he eats like a horse. So I'm not worried about parasites. I believe that's just his adult color. Sometimes he gets a little bit more yellow. She's way more yellow than he is. And that blue aquarium light on there doesn't help. Alright, and let's see. So we'll go back over to this side. Here's the Tomasikla Asfraki tank. There's also some Nicaraguenses, a Bartoni, some Sajikas or Sahikas. There's a albino female bristlenose. I believe she's back there under that sponge. There's there's the male who's not albino. There's a clown loach that comes out after dark, but I believe these Tomasiklas will take chunks out of it if it hangs out during the day because it's got no scales. This is the Central American river tank. At least that's what I'm trying to replicate. Got the big Buenos Aires tetras in there. And next to them is the pair of Fenestratis, and you can see they're spawning. I took a 10-minute video of these guys spawning, and it was just, I don't know, some people that's pretty boring, so I'll just post this of them spawning. You can see they've got remnants of their previous spawn swimming around in there. And these little coyotes will come in and mess with the eggs and eat all the babies and stuff, which is fine by me because I'm sitting on a ton of these Fenestratis. If you'd like any of these, some of them are, some of them are yellow. You should see the babies of these. They're now 3 to 5 inches long. I've got them on the website for sale. You can see the eggs on that rock. And now I moved the bean eye tank which required a massive water change, and they've been pretty active. You can see the difference in lights. It is what it is. See the color of that tank versus the color of this tank. It's quite a bit more blue. And they want some food, so I'll drop some food in here. Try to get some food in there. And of course, he's not interested until she's interested. All right, let's see. Jumping. Here's the Severum cureres from my friend Frank Barnes. Shout out to Frank. Man, he's got some awesome fish. And I was lucky enough to take these off his hands for trade. All right. And back behind the red Dovei are the Bridori. Dirty glass. Let's hear it for hideously dirty glass. I didn't do much prep time here, folks. Sorry about that. I've always been a slacker about that. As long as the fish are healthy and happy, that's what I care about. All right, and over here, this is my 10-foot long tank. Down there are the Curare Severums. But now we'll focus on this top row. This is my Rio Magdalena. This is a pair. See the little female on the left. Male on the right. He's about 9 inches. She's tiny. This male came from Chris Craig, the Umbi King. The female is a fry from my old 14, 15-inch Rio Magdalena pair. The wild caught pair from the Umbi King. Unfortunately, I lost him. I lost the male to Columnaris. There's the female. And next to them, I've got kind of a weird mix. I've got 4 bean-eye grow-outs, which I think are all females from the Rio Esquinapas. So I've got the 4 of them in there with this male Rio Chacamax bifasciatum, because he gets a little rough with this female, and they've got, I don't know, 100 or 200 babies. So I pull him, and he's just right next door. So they still interact. Oh, excuse me. I put cardboard in between so they don't interact, which is fine. I just don't want to be known as a YouTube liar. All right, so here's the female Rio Chacamax. Next to her are a pair of Cinnaspilums that are just, they're big old fish, and I don't know, don't want to talk about them. They're awesome, but they're not awesome. I don't know. Doing the skittish fish routine of just kind of freezing. All right, down here, got the Cubans. I think there's only one of their juveniles in this tank swimming around somewhere. It's usually around that terracotta pot. Next to them are some Rio Chacamax bifasciatum growouts. Next to them are the Jaguars. This is my biggest fish right now. He's probably 15 inches, between 14 and 15. He's wild caught. Laguna de Apoyo male. And you can see his mouth is not perfect because when I got him, it looked like he was either housed with a snake head or something with some real cutting teeth, and he locked lips with it, and it removed part of his jaw. And that's all healed up, but he looks a little he looks a little jacked, but that's a physical injury versus a deformity. And then there's his female. All right. And last tank down here. Got the black Umbi pair. There's a divider in the middle. Males on the left, females on the right. This is just they'll be in this tank probably for a year. And then I'll have to get them a big tank, 7 or 8 foot, like 300 gallon, 400 gallon, something like that. I had them together. I took the divider out, and he just incessantly goes after this female. And she submits to him, but he just keeps whacking her and scaling her, so I put the divider in. I'm really excited about this pair of fish. I grew the female on the right out from a group of babies I bought 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, from Cichlids of the Americas. And the male on the left is females on the right, males on the left. The male came from Chris Craig, the Umbi King. So she's older, and he is just now her size. That's what I've got, people, down in the basement anyways. Got a garage with some stock tanks of grouts and a 200-gallon upstairs with the black belts and the Bacordies. Yeah, I guess we could run up there. Let's do that. All right. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's going to get dark. Oh, and here we got Paxton watching The Simpsons with the dogs. All right, so here's the black belt Bacordi tank. We ended up adding some Istlanums. I have to forgive the audio here in this portion. Attaboy. Thank you, Paxton. This tank's a little stirred up because I just fed the heck out of them. You can see how bloated they are. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks for watching my tanks. Hope all you aquarium nerds have a great Monday night.